The views expressed on the previous
Come on, Joe, take a little more time now. Got another 90 minutes for you.
And do not reflect those of the Beasley.
What do you think? Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, start the pregame now.
All right.
The pre-pregame.
Here's Blockhead with the pregame show, and of course, a cameo by Stormy. Dow's down 9 points. Oh. 7 points.
560 WQAM presents The Neil Rogers Show.
5 points.
To talk to Neil, dial 567-0560 in Dade and Broward.
2
in
points.
Other counties, call
have a buck.
777-785.
Up 39 cents.
Or pound 560 on your AT&T
Going nuts.
and Verizon wireless. By Neil, his guests.
Love those Hurricanes, baby. 11:30, a pregame show.
WQAM management, staff, or sponsors.
No.
Now, The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM.
Down 24 cents. Oh.
Sometimes I feel myself.
The following is a paid public service announcement from the International Rifle Association.
Let's face it, most of us will never be rich. Hell, we probably won't even be successful, and that's pretty damn depressing. But, as usual, with every problem, there is a solution. Hi, I'm Jim, and I'm here to tell you a little something about handguns. They scare the out of people and intimidate them into giving you whatever you want. That's right, handguns. Think about it. Need some cash? Rob a bank. Don't have enough money for beer? Pull up a convenience store. Take some chips and pretzels while you're at it. It's all free if you've got a handgun. Some son of a bitch cheating on your girlfriend? Kill him. It's a simple solution to life's complex problems. All you have to do is wait the 5 days for it, and happiness is just around the corner. Hell, if you don't want to wait the 5 days, who cares? Buy the damn thing off the street. Just buy a lot of handguns. It's a great alternative to working problems out and can be considered a population controller. Yes, handguns. They just might make you famous.
There you go. A whole bunch of dead people in Alabama and in Germany and all over the world because crazy people love guns. Oh, yeah. See, I mean, bombs, that's another story. But guns? I think guns all ought to be illegal, even for police, including even taser guns. They keep showing that thing about that Polish guy. Was he Polish or Russian? Polish. In Vancouver that got tasered and just died right there. He was in the airport for like 7 or 8 hours in a high security area, and they just, ignored him. Until they getting more and more agitated. What?
Until they tased him?
Until they tased him. And
paid a lot of attention to him, made up for
it? He's dead. They teased and tased, and he's dead. He's still dead, by the way. Well, ordinarily we don't do jokes, but this is, it's kind of amusing. Let me see your take.
All right.
12 Italian priests were about to be ordained. Have you heard this?
No.
The final test was for them to line up in a straight row, totally nude, in a garden while a sexy, beautiful, big-breasted nude model danced before them.
Yes, I've heard it. It's old, but cute. Keep going.
It's cute. Each priest had a small bell attached to his penis, and they were told that anyone whose bell rang when she danced in front of them would not be ordained because he had not reached a state of spiritual purity. The beautiful model danced before the first candidate with no reaction. She proceeded down the line with the same response from all the priests until she got to the final priest, Carlos. Poor Carlos. As she danced, his bell began to ring so loudly that it flew off, clattering across the ground and laid to rest in nearby foliage. Embarrassed, Carlos quickly scrambled to where the bell came to rest. He bent over to pick it up, and all the other bells started to ring.
Rectum.
Yeah. It's cute. It's old, but it's cute. Like me, I'm old and cute. You're a real cutie pie.
As a bunny.
Dow's up 22 points. We only got an hour and 26 minutes before the Hurricane pregame show. Oh, yeah. Canes basketball, baby. That's the song I'm going to be leading into the pregame with.
All right.
With the Beast and Clarence and all those other goofballs. So Clarence is engaged, huh?
That's what I heard.
Now, so you haven't met the future Mrs. Clarence?
No.
No.
Unless he brings her to work.
Well, why not? Well, what do you mean? You don't socialize with our program director? What kind of anti-Semite are you?
We don't like any of the same things.
Girls?
Well, he likes one, but I doubt he'll share her with me.
Oh, I'm sure of that. Well, maybe not. Who knows? Maybe if that's the only way he can get you in the middle. Here's the poll result from yesterday. How many votes did we get? 1,007 votes. Oh! Staggering. And everybody and their brother was sending in all kinds of sodas. Sodas that haven't been invented yet. Sodas that haven't been drunken by anybody. Excluding Coke or Pepsi, what's the best tasting soda? Excellent job by George in reworking that horrible question.
Well, I'll speak English. I learned it in the hills.
Ginger ale, 122. And cream soda edged out Barks root beer for second. I'm telling you, you people have got taste in your tuchus. Ginger ale, 122. Cream soda, 108. Barks root beer, 102. Birch beer, 100. Those were the top four. Those were the contenders. Canes warm-up at 11:30. Canes and Virginia Tech ACC tournament at noon, and if they win, we do it all over again tomorrow. Woo. Go Canes. Yeah. Go Canes. The Big O at Doral after the basketball fiasco. Mad Dog at Doral, 4-7. Hurricane Hotline, 7 to 9. 9 to 10, Dolphin tonight, and then DA 10 to midnight with a signal that nobody can hear.
Oh!
That's right. Orange Crush, 86. Dr. Pepper, 68. Boy, there's a lot of them on here. I don't drink soda, 48. I can't relate to that. It's like saying I don't eat ice cream. I don't eat candy. I don't breathe the fresh air or the stale air. I don't drink soda. Squirt, 42. Boy, I haven't had Squirt in a long time. I like Squirt.
No, I thought you had them yesterday.
What?
The Squirts.
Fresca, 41. Mountain Dew, 34. Mr. Pibb, 33. They call me Mr. Pibb. Knee-High Grape, 31. Hires Root Beer, 25. RC Cola, 24. Verner's Ginger Ale, 21. Oh, you silly people. Dr. Brown's Black Cherry Soda, 20. Iron Beer, 17. IBC Root Beer, 15. Schweppes Tonic Water, 11. Sunkist, 10. Cherry 7-Up, 8. Stewart's Orange Cream, 7. Cheerwine, 6. Guarana, 6. Guarana. I just drank a bottle of Guarana. Inca Cola, 4. Inca Dinka Doo. Tahitian Treat, 4. Too bad they didn't make that in diet, because that's sickeningly sweet. You wouldn't like that.
No.
Tahitian Treat. It's like Hawaiian Punch kind of. Good, though. Fago, 4. Fagola. Fanta, 3. Ale, 8, 3. Shasta, 2. Cactus Cooler, 2. And Thumbs Up had the big O.
Oh.
None. Thumbs Up. Thumbs up your
Rectum.
ass. Did we ever figure out what that is? Was it Thumbs Up or Thumbs 8? Ale 8. I don't know. All these regional sodas that most of us never heard of before. But that's okay. George never heard of Fago.
No.
It came like in little squat bottles, like about, I don't know how many ounces.
I saw the pictures of it.
Oh, you did?
I looked it up.
It still didn't ring any bells?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Here's today's pool. It's a pretty good one. When I was a child, the first adult I had a crush on was a teacher, 116. No, I didn't have a crush on any of my teachers.
I did. That's what I voted for.
TV or film star, 67. That's what I voted for. And I'm trying to think back. In fact, I looked it up. Life of Riley. Junior, Wes Morgan. Oh, my God. Hey, Wesley.
Grab my Junior, honey.
Can't find out too much about him. I guess he's pretty obscure nowadays. Maybe he's dead. I don't know. And then, of course, there was Sabu the Indian boy.
Yeah.
That was on the Buster Brown show with Andy Devine. Plunk your magic twanger, Froggy. You couldn't even say that on the air today. I'm telling you.
No.
Not if Joyce had anything to say about it. Plunk your magic twanger? No way. And then, of course, there was Flipper. But I don't know. I guess I wasn't a little child. I was old enough to know better, you know what I'm saying? Don't get started with Luke Halpin again.
I'm not gonna.
I never did. Neighbor, 35. Babysitter, 25. Never had no babysitter. Friend's parent, 19. Playboy model, 10. Family member, 10. Clergy member, 4. Oh, no. Not father's tool. Coach, 2. What about athlete? Well, how come that's not on here? Let's get athlete on here right away.
All right.
School bus driver, 1. President, none. And doctor or nurse, none. Out of 333 votes. Pretty decent poll. Not spectacular, decent. Oh, geez. Oh, Ron Brewer. Oh. First time we've ever heard from the fake Ron Brewer. Even you ought to be excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my email address has been emerged as one of the two winners of $15 million cash. Oh, yeah. You know, if all these things were for real, I'd be a multi-billionaire. Oh, and then this goofball, another George. Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me. That's old and stale. So I hear on the commercial, says Misha, that some kind of Canes pregame's coming on 11:30. I was wondering if they're going to push your time slot in the Internet. Oh, yeah, on the Internet are going to continue your show? Let me know. Oh, yeah, we're going to sit around and continue the show on the Internet. I'll be out of here so fast at 11:30 like shot out of a cannon, Misha. Are you crazy?
Oh,
Joe says,
God.
Guns don't people kill people with guns. Have a nice day. That's right. People kill people with guns and with knives and other stuff.
And rocks and bombs and cars and poison and Drano and their hands.
Yeah. That Misha, what time is her show on? Are we going to stick around and do the rest of the show on the Internet? What a concept. Let's think about that for... Oh, guess not. I thought about it for about a second.
Not even.
Ron Brewer says, hello, Neil. As I'm here taking my last break of the day, I wanted to let you know that the uncertainty about Pick the Ponies is driving me wild. I've been winning some money since I started doing this on Friday, so naturally I'm rooting against the Canes today. Plus, I hate the Beast, so it works out for me anyway. You know, you did well in the ratings despite what anybody says. It's a tough market. Plus, you got the sports crowd all around you, so keep going. Plus, the material's always appreciated. I'm sure it is, old Ron. That's old Ron from the Paul and Stale Ron show. You believe it's him?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure of it. I'm positive.
Sure.
Let's take a different altitude. All these people are the real people.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry.
The real Tom Zicka and the real Greg Budell and the real Joey Reynolds and the real Larry King and the real Steve Rondinero and the real yada, 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 yada and the real Mr. Radio. Mr. Radio. He's living proof of why guns are necessary. Chopper crashes in the Atlantic up by Newfoundland. Or as they say here, Newfoundland. Why do they say that?
I don't know.
Newfoundland.
Oh, that's bug you, I'm sure.
Well, it works. Works like a charm. Newfoundland. So Canucky. 12 minutes after 10 at 560 WQM. Sorry, Misha. At 11:30, we're out of here like a shot. Oh, I should have said shot. All these dead people. And just why? Because, well, people are crazy. People get pissed off. People are lonely. People are depressed. People are angry.
He was
people
sad.
And, yeah, they're sad. And so let's go kill a bunch of people.
Neil Rogers God.
This empty building is like a tomb. I walk its hallways at night. I check to make sure the doors are locked tight. When I hear a noise, I investigate with my flashlight. What are you doing here? My coffee is black. I drink it from a thermos.
From the visionary director of 300.
Why would I protect a building I don't have any stake in?
Because it's your job.
Well, it's a really crappy job, if you don't mind me saying.
And why are you naked and painted blue?
Night Watchmen.
The world will look up and shout, "Save us." And I'll whisper, No, I can't. I'm just a security guard. But they won't hear me because I'm whispering.
Night Watchmen.
And I have a stained athletic sock over my face. Oh, my God.
1017, Bernie Madoff just pleaded guilty to all 11 charges. He could face up to 150 years in jail. Why did they put such stupid things on there? He could face up to 150 years in prison.
Yeah.
You know anybody who lives 150 years?
No.
So why do they put that on there? I mean, I realize it's technically true, but...
Right, well, because they got to do some math, when they start figuring out...
Why can't they just say he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison?
Because he might not, even with that...
You're going to die in there.
Even with that kind of a sentence, they, they work parole out by percentages.
He ain't getting no parole.
He might.
Well, I guarantee you he's better off for himself if he don't get parole, because if he gets on the outside, bada bing, he's going to be dead. Believe me, all those people who... but can you see the lineup?
Yeah.
I wonder if Sonny Fox is going to go after, what's his name, Saul Foose. Haven't heard from the fake Sonny Fox in a long time. Weren't we hearing rumors in the beginning that he was the one behind all these fake this one and that one? Probably true.
Yeah, we heard that from one of the fake emailers.
A knucklehead. Taker Park, remember her?
Sure.
Says, thank you for playing the Grassroots yesterday. I never knew the name of the band until now, so thank you. I mean, I understand that you young punks out there haven't been around to hear the really good music. You hear this crap now, this hip-hop, jibbity-jap crap garbage. I mean, anybody who thinks that P. Diddy is like a musician obviously has never heard music. You know what I mean?
Right.
Says, I remember Faygo from when I was a kid. My grandmother always had cherry and orange Faygo in the house, but in cans and 2-liter bottles. Then she switched to Shasta, and I started bringing my own pop. Yeah, Shasta blows. Have a nice day, Taker. And it says, Taker Park loves Joan Jett.
Mm-hmm. She does.
She does? How do you know that?
Because she signs all her emails that way.
Oh. Well, I'll be danged. 10:19. Boy, it feels like we're cheating or something today. We're going to be out of here in an hour and some odd.
Some odd what?
Odd moments. You ever have any odd moments?
Just this morning.
I can't find a damn thing about Wesley Morgan. It's just irritating the hell out of me.
Who?
And I'm thinking the latter years. Junior from Life of Riley, the later years when he was like, I don't know, when he was old enough to be looked at. Because he started there, he was like a little punky kid. You know, I don't want that's bad. But then again, I was a little punky kid, too. 1950, I was 8 years old.
Wow.
And I looked at that show, and I thought, wow, there's really people that look like that?
You, Mo?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me, Mo.
Yay.
Mo Gay. I get Mo Gay every day.
Really?
Fact. Yeah.
How is that possible?
The fake Jim from Wisconsin says, I got out of South Florida 10 years ago, but thanks to the Internet, I brought you to Wisconsin with me. I've never been in Wisconsin. That's one of the few states I ain't never been in. Did you see the ABC special on the Appalachian people a few weeks ago? No, I did not. Besides all of the incest, one of their biggest issues on the other side of the culture warp is tooth loss, which they mostly attribute to the unchecked use of Mountain Dew. Huh. They even put this stuff in their kids' sippy cups.
Yep.
Kids are getting cavities in their baby teeth because of it. Must be great stuff. Like they needed something to cause them increased tooth loss. P.S. You would hate it, I'm sure, and most likely have seen it in Canada, but tell George to check out the Trailer Park Boys.
Suds is always promoting that. I've seen a couple of episodes. Very funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, here's a real indictment of it and a reason that I wouldn't like it. It's on the cable all over the place. I just never stop and look at it.
That's right.
It says, best thing to come out of Canada since Bob and Doug McKenzie. Oh, boy. Sorry. That just ain't for me. Remember Bob and Doug McKenzie?
Sure. Great White North.
Oh, boy. Not for me. Yeah, right. Not funny and real embarrassing. In fact, that's the most embarrassing thing to come out of Canada, I would say, since Jeff Rimmer. Jackie says, I wanted to see if you tried soft soap, honeysuckle, and orange peel. No, I haven't tried honeysuckle.
Can't even say that.
Honey?
Suckle.
I'm with you about the pink grapefruit, but the honeysuckle is great. Ginger ale with cranberry is my drink of choice. That's a drink of choice. That sounds pretty good. Diet ginger ale with a little diet ocean spray cranberry. That sounds delish, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
In fact, I'm going to leave right now and go to the store and see if I can find some, and I'll be back about 11:25. George, don't listen to these miserable people. You do a great job. Love, Jackie. Well, how do you like that?
Thank you, Jackie.
Thanks, Jackie. George says thanks, too. Thanks for the memories. So the pick-a-pony thing will decide if the Canes win, and they're going to play again tomorrow. Pick-a-pony we'll do next week. We'll push it back. I mean, we're going to do it next week anyway, I'm assuming. As long as they're still in business over there. But nevertheless, don't be talking stuff like that now. That's bad. It's very bad. I'll tell you who's really bad is Joaquin Phoenix. I don't understand what they... Well, I guess there wasn't any big deal about him.
No,
now he's trying to make one.
I think it's contrived.
Well,
So
that's what this story says. Joaquin Phoenix appears to be getting into the act of being a petulant hip-hop star. The headline, Joaquin Phoenix goes after heckler at Miami show. He jumped off the stage during a short performance at a Miami Beach nightclub early Thursday morning and confronted an audience member who was heckling him. Security guards dragged him back on stage and escorted the audience member away. It's unknown whether the confrontation and his pledge to quit acting and start rapping are real or a put-on, but actor Casey Affleck recorded the performance on camera. Oh, I see. Just a coincidence, I guess. A coinkydink. Casey Affleck and Joaquin Phoenix, all these siblings of famous people. All these Klingons, all these wannabes. In October, Phoenix's publicist confirmed he was making the career switch. In January, he performed at a Las Vegas nightclub. The next month, he made a strange appearance on Letterman's Late Show. Actor Ben Stiller lampooned that appearance at the Oscars. Hundreds of people packed the nightclub at the Fontainebleau Miami Beach Hotel after the doors opened 10:30 last night. Several of those in the audience said they came just to see Phoenix, who left them cooling their heels for almost 4 hours while disc jockeys played house and hip-hop music. Phoenix came on stage just before 2 a.m. smoking a cigarette, wearing a disheveled dark suit, sneakers, and scraggly long hair and beard. He began rapping to a beat played by the DJ and nodding to the music, although most of the lyrics were unintelligible. Then he responded to someone who appeared to be heckling him in the audience near the stage. We have a double expletive in the audience, he said, before jumping into the crowd. It wasn't immediately clear whether the two men exchanged any blows. I saw the guy screaming at Joaquin, and Joaquin just came down and said, Jorge Yedo of Miami Beach. Security guards swarmed the scene and dragged Phoenix away. The bizarre spectacle struck many in the audience as the latest prank in an extended farce staged by Phoenix. Affleck, an Oscar-nominated actor who is also Phoenix's brother-in-law, is making a documentary about Phoenix's career shift. Affleck's camera was filming the whole time, so it makes me think he has ulterior motive, said Luis Gendron, 23, of Miami. I wonder if he's kin to the harness driver Gilles Gendron, who I believe was banned from Pompano Park years ago. He knows the game he's playing, he's good at it, said Gendron of Phoenix. Oh, all the contrived crap. Bet you Mr. Ego is big into that. Contrived. I challenge Mr. Ego to a debate right here and now. Don't you? You ought to challenge Brian Craig to a debate. Don't you think? Yeah, I challenge you to a debate about something, about some faggery.
God.
Yeah, just... Oh, Misha says, let's see. I guess I'll be spending 2.5 hours unhappy. Oh. And what's this pornographic picture she's got attached to? Let me print this out. What is that? Is that Wes Morgan? I don't think so. Oh, no, that's her buddy. What's his name? The soccer player. Cristiano Ronaldo. Sans shirt. Next it'll be one sans pants. You ever wear sans belt pants?
No.
You never did?
No,
That's
is that like...
never fat.
Like,
Steve Rodinero. Good morning, Neil. I have a recommendation for your poll. How about a sister's friend? She was hot, says the fake Steve-O. Nah, sister's friend, that's two, you know. Oh, this is great. This is the Big O. The fake Big O sends an email. This is good stuff. I would imagine we can kill an hour easy with this crap that's coming in today.
Great.
Aren't you excited?
I will be when the food shows up.
Cristiano Ronaldo? I beg your pardon?
I will be excited when the food shows up.
Oh. Well, we got the Neil deal coming up in less than just over half an hour at 11 o'clock. Don't let me forget about that because that's off of our usual schedule.
Yes.
The hurricane f***ing blow.
What the hell is that?
What?
Oh, it's a good thing. You know something? It's a good thing I accidentally hit that.
Why?
Because I'm on the wrong cut.
Oh.
Cut the crap.
This is Eyewitness News. TMZ.com is reporting a videotape showing Suleiman giving birth to her 8 babies is now being offered for sale. You may want to send the kids out of the room before we show you a brief clip.
Ow.
Push. Harder.
Little boogers exploded, shocking everyone. Somewhat disturbing. All right. Sorry about that.
So my close best friend Rich Pachter sends me some stuff about Wesley Morgan. He's still alive.
Rectum.
He's 69. I didn't make that up. He's 69, still alive. And he sends me a picture of like Wes Morgan as like a little boy, the first one. Little boy, okay, that's embarrassing. Maybe Rich Pachter liked little boys. I didn't. And I still don't. But anyway, then there's another one later on, and I looked at that picture and I went, like that. Just for a second. Are there people that really look like that? And, of course, as I've gone through my life, I've discovered there are people not only who look like that, but even better than that. You know what I mean? Oh, we got less than an hour to go here. Oh! And Hurricanes warm-up, pregame, whatever it is. In fact, here's another Jorge who says, Hola. Hey, Neil. Hola, George. I just wanted to say how excited I am about the Canes game. Although we've struggled throughout the year, we still have a shot of making it to the NCAA tournament. We would have to beat Virginia Tech today, then beat North Carolina tomorrow to guarantee it. If not, we'll end up playing in the NIT. What's your professional opinion of the Canes basketball team, Neil? They suck. You think McClinton will step it up? Don't know, don't care. I'm sure George has an opinion on this matter. Keep up the great work, awesome sports radio. We don't know, we don't care. We're just glad they're playing at 11:30 this morning. Oh, are we happy? We love the Canes when they get us out of here early. And as you predicted, I'm starting to get a bunch of emails now about South Park.
Yeah, it was
Brandon and Zisco both chime in. Brandon says, did either you or George happen to catch the 13th season premiere of South Park last night? Did you see it?
Of course.
It was a very good episode that centered around Kenny, his new girlfriend, and the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
The Jonas Brothers!
It's one to see.
And making a cameo in the episode, pushing the Jonas Brothers around, was Mickey Mouse. Mickey beat the hell out of Joey Jonas, was very entertaining. If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, you can catch the replay tonight, 10 o'clock, Comedy Central. I'm going to go and record it.
TiVo it?
I'm going to,
Yeah.
TBR, DBR, whatever they call it.
Make it a perk. You'll be glad you did.
The Jonas Brothers?
Oh, yeah.
They're not in it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Is Wesley Morgan in it?
Who?
Oh. Well, that's the poll question. My God, and of course it depends on your age. Now, let's face it, if you were old fart like me, it's the early days of television. So in those days, it was like, oh my God, there are people look like that in the world, like it would open up a whole new world, television. Now, I mean, everybody who grew up with it, it's like you just take it for granted. In addition to which, now there aren't, there just aren't that many. Most of those shows, like on MTV, the people are gross. You're off. You're rejected. You're out. Go away. All that crap. And then Paris Hilton. You want to be Paris's best new girlfriend or whatever that. Oh my God, the swill that they put on the air. Yeah. Have you seen that?
How much does it pay? Yeah, I've seen the what do you call it? Promos for it.
Yeah, the homos and promos.
Yeah, I'm not going to actually watch that.
Zisco says you probably missed the New South Park last night. If you did, you should catch it. Ask George, it was a knee slapper. Head's pretty close to a specific show, but take care, says Z.
It was a side splitter.
Was it a side splitter?
Yeah. Way beyond knee slapper.
Wow, and Mickey Mouse attacked Joey Jonas, huh?
Big time.
Beat the crap out of him.
Oh, yeah.
Did he grab his goods?
No, his bads.
Oh, Jerry says, add to the poll, parent's friend. One of my mother's best friends was this beautiful Puerto Rican chick. Parent's friend.
Got it.
To the poll, as you were a youngster growing up, and you were like, oh, look at that. There's somebody who looks like that, whoever it was. Dempsey says Joan Rivers did commercials for Diet Fago. And Fago Seltzer was good. When Dixie used to carry it down here. See, I don't understand that. How can there be a bad seltzer?
That's a good question.
Isn't all seltzer pretty much the same carbonated water?
Right, it ought to be. Maybe, nasty tasting water makes nasty tasting seltzer.
No, I never had bad seltzer. I remember the Famous used to have the big bottles of seltzer on the table because you get such a heartburn from all that good stuff from the fried, what were those? Fried kreplach. Oh, God. When that place went under, that was the beginning of the end. I always said it was Corky's, but it was the Famous. That was the beginning of the end for South Florida as we used to know it. Back when the Jews ran it. Those were the days when the Jews ran it, like, Hyman Roth. He used to walk his dog on the beach on Collins Avenue. He was such a wonderful man. They loved him. They loved Meyer Lansky on the beach. You know that?
Yep.
And they loved that little dog. Hyman Roth. One of the unsung heroes of the Godfather trilogy, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
Hyman Roth. He had that postnasal drip. I think that's a Jewish thing, postnasal drip. It's from eating all that deli.
I thought it was because he was dying.
Old and dying?
Yeah.
My uncle did that all his life, and even before he was old and dying. He's dead now, though. My uncle Hyman. Misha says, guess I'll be spending 2.5 hours unhappy. I just thought the loyal listeners would have stuck around on the Internet. I know I would have. Who cares about the ball game on the radio anyway? Cristiano, my favorite, but I'm willing to share. Still love you, Misha. And here's pictures of Cristiano laying there with some chick on the beach. On the beach. Boy, he's a pretty guy. But he ain't no Wesley Morgan, I'll tell you. I don't know. Leave it to Rich Pachter. Into obscure stuff. Thanks, Rich. 69 and still alive. I bet you don't look too good now, though. That's the problem. All these people that we got all excited about years and years and years ago, now they're old and doddering like me. Guess where I'm going, by the way, at 11:30 this morning?
I don't know, Woodbine.
Oh, good guess. Oh, that's all he does is go there and sit by those slot machines. True. Yeah.
You also eat, poop, and sleep.
Yeah, that's right. And exchange text messages with Paco. And every once in a great while, I get to see him. But he's busy. He's busy now. And now that he can drive all by himself all the time now, who's going to see him, Isn't that true? Should I get myself accustomed to that? Once kids get their full driver's license and they can drive whenever and wherever they want, legally,
right.
Then you never see them anymore, right?
No.
Not right or yes right?
Incorrect.
Oh.
That depends on the person.
Oh. Well, when they're busy. The Big O says, you're the reason why my ratings are terrible. Every afternoon about 1:53 p.m., you sign off to play commercials. If that isn't enough to scare away your audience, then you come back and play the same drop-in every day. It stinks in Miami town. That's right. It's part of the show. And then one of the same 2 or 3 tired old bits every single day. It's as if you're giving the signal to shut the radio off. I don't have to give a signal. Of course, by the time I get on, no one's left in the audience. It's obvious that you're trying to sabotage my show, and no wonder that everyone in that time slot has failed. Everyone except the Mad Dog, who used to have giant numbers in there from 2 to 4. Even so, I still have acquired more new listeners in the past year than you have. Your audience may be larger, but everyone knows it's a bunch of old people who have been listening forever. You haven't picked up any new listeners in a decade. Signed, The Big O. And, of course, that stands for a lot of things, like 1 point, like that. Oh, it's the fake Big O. Subject, sabotage.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
Well, here we go again.
On South Florida's Sports Leader, 560 QAM.
Dumb son of a bitch. In India, we like to drink soda that has some fizz. But now we guzzle funky stuff that's made with bovine whiz. I'd like to teach the world to drink a glass of some cow pee. You'll never go back to drinking Coke, 'cause cow urine's tasty. It's the real thing. Cow pee. Go drink some today. It is very salty. It's the real thing. Don't forget.
It's the real thing. Well, guess what? A Hindu cultural group plans to launch an alternative cola drink, speaking of yesterday's poll, made from a fusion of medicinal herbs and cow pee. The RSS, a Hindu nationalist conservative party, plans to sell guajal, or cow water, as a rival to soft drink giants Pepsi and Coke. Sounds really tasty, don't it?
Oh, yeah.
Ever had a tasty donut?
No.
The drink has been developed by... Whatever happened with all the hoopla about the donuts? What the hell donut was it? I forgot already.
Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kremes, yeah. Everybody started dying from eating all of them because they discovered that they were just killer.
Loaded with sugar?
Yeah, loaded with all sugar. Killer
What was your
donuts.
first clue? You know, how could you see a donut like that and not realize?
Hey, listen, if it tastes that good, who cares? You can't eat only 3. I can't. The drink has been developed by the Cow Protection Department of the RSS. The organization is based in one of 4 holy cities on the river Ganges. Prakash, the head of the RSS, told Times Online that the bovine brew is currently being tested and will soon be made available to the public. He added the drink will not contain any additives and that the inclusion of Ayurvedic herbs ensures it doesn't smell bad. Oh, man. Can you imagine if it did smell bad, mixing that with some curry? Woo, what a meal. The cow is sacred to Hindus, and the RSS has already promoted its urine as a cure for everything from liver disease to cancer. Oh, yeah.
In India.
Oh, well, we heard it once already. What do you think? Cow pee.
Great.
Whoopee for cow pee. Those Indian folks, man, they sure got a real sense of humor.
I'll say.
The Dow's up 89 points. Wow, let's hear it. Whoopee. Whoopee and cow pee. Oh, look at that. So long, Sears Tower. Willis Group to rename the landmark in Chicago. Well, whoopee-doo. Big deal. 411 votes on the poll. Teacher is winning. When I was a child, the first adult I had a crush on was a teacher, 144. That's because you're all... Oh, and let's see. What does Brandon say? After doing a little research, last night South Park won't air in Canada until Friday, March 13. That sounds like tomorrow to me. So be on the lookout for it then. Also, it's the first South Park episode in HD. Well, how do you like that? I bet you didn't know that.
Nope.
Well, you're supposed to be the expert. Oh, Yoshi Schmendrick wants to know who's doing the pregame show. Please tell me it's not the Beast and Joe Z, so I can run as far as I can, whatever. Sad day in WQM history, says Yoshi. Oh, yeah, like this is the first time that they preempted us for some stupid-ass bullcrap? Some baby crap that Clarence has got his finger deep into? That's what it's all about. Clarence and the Beast and the Canes. And Clarence, like I keep telling you, didn't even go to school there. Didn't he go to State Penn or something?
Yeah.
He went to Penn State.
Penn.
He went to Penn?
Yes.
Oh, that's one of those Ivy League schools, Penn.
Yes, it is.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, are you schmitting me? That explains a lot. He's getting married, though, Clarence. He's engaged, and he's getting married. He's going to be like a real man. He's going to start procreating, making babies, although I don't know if he's got what it takes to make babies, but I don't want to find out either. He was searching for it that one day, I remember, a couple of years ago. Oh, God. I say a couple of years ago, but you realize it's like 7.5 years that I've been doing most of the shows from here, and recently for all of them. What?
Yeah.
But back in, well, I don't know. Now, that would be an interesting piece of trivia. Mr. Radio could work on that. When's the last time Neil did a show from in the studio down there? Uh-oh, you hear that?
Coming to get you.
No, they're coming to get Clarence because he's doing the old reach around. Neil, at Publix, they have Sunkist and A&W fountain ice cream flavored orange root beer soda. What? Sunkist and A&W fountain ice cream flavored orange/root beer soda. Well, what the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
And also, they have a few different brands of currant jelly, including their own Publix brand. A&W fountain ice cream flavored orange/root beer soda. I don't understand it. Maybe somebody will draw a diaphragm for me. Don't forget, in 12 minutes, we got our Neil deal coming up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the spot now, like all separate by itself.
Okay, good idea.
Well, no, because we've got it coming up at 11 o'clock. I mean, the people, the automated logging machine had no way of knowing that we were doing it. The auto-logger had no way of knowing we were going to be doing it at noon, and that we had this horseball game coming up, the Canes. Oh, my God. Get on the love train for the Canes. Another great restaurant deal coming up at 11 minutes from now on WQAM.com. Backed by popular demand, the Irish Pub and Field. What is it? The Field Irish Pub and Eatery in Dania Beach. I'm so tongue-tied. Well, I'm tongue-tied because we're out of here in 40 minutes. Just go to WQM.com, click on Neil's Half Price Deals. The store opens at 11 o'clock, just in a little over 10 minutes from now. And you can buy $50 certificates for $25 to the Field, a mile west of I-95 on Griffin Road. Serving lunch and dinner daily with live music 5 days a week. And George loves the Field, and he's sitting there breathlessly waiting for the free lunch to come in.
Yes, I can. Yes, I am.
Yes, he is. The Field is known for great drinks, has an awesome variety of draft and bottled beers, along with authentic Irish dishes, including Irish stew, bangers and mash, shepherd's pie, and corned beef and cabbage, as well as traditional chef favorites like roast prime rib, tenderloin of beef, and fresh mahi-mahi. Enjoy a little piece of Ireland right in Broward, and be sure to stop by for the biggest St. Paddy's Day bash in town. Call the Field at 954-964-5979. And you better be poised and ready to hop on this, because these always go really, really fast. It's one of our most popular of all the restaurants, the Field. You can buy $50 certificates for just $25. Get on to WQM.com and find My Puss and get ready. Get poised. Get armed and loaded. Or just get loaded. Now, wasn't that a good idea? I think that was a magnificent idea.
Yes, it was.
Doing it like later on after the fact would be a bad idea. The fake Steve Rodinero says, I just got a call from Cambrell Martian. He wants to know if you can bring some Czech soda to the reunion picnic April 18th. Remember Czech soda from Winn-Dixie?
Yep.
Horrible stuff.
Yep.
It says, stop at any local Winn-Dixie. Brian Norcross likes the grape soda flavor. Brian Norcross. That's what the fake Steve Rodinero says. And you raised a good point. That is that most of the people in the audience don't remember Steve Rodinero, who used to be a TV news guy in town. And they don't know from Greg Budell because, let's face it.
Ancient history.
Yeah. Most of these people, ancient history, the fake this one. At least the fake Barry Jackass, he's still around.
Yeah, pretend to be some current people, would you?
Yeah, pretend to be some people that somebody might know who the hell they are. Like Tom Jicka. That's a good one. The fake Tom Jicka. Bad material, but at least a good name. Oh, Stormcat is back again with a threat. Oh, boy. I was getting really nervous now.
Are you threatening me?
Oh, this crap is going to stop. I got a friend in Mississauga and a homeboy in London, Ontario. Joe told me you don't even live here and you instigate with everybody. No one likes you. Big O don't like you. Goldie don't like you. And even Kimba Bocamper hates you because you start with everybody like a damn girl. Yeah, that's me, Stormy. I'm like a damn girl. Got a friend in Mississauga and one in London. You know how far away London is? London's over by Detroit. It's over by Windsor.
Okay.
So maybe his friend's going to drive all the way over from London to track me down and kick my ass. Threats from Stormy. Ooh, boy. Bob says, I couldn't tune into your show in the days after Mr. Harvey's death, Paul Harvey, but would like to hear your comments, if any. Yeah, I said he's dead. One thing you have to give the guy credit for is his longevity. That is correct. He was 90 freaking years old. He was on the air for like 50 freaking years. Wow. Longevity. I always thought he was like, not ultra right-wing, not like right-wing today, but to the right of Genghis Khan, and terminally boring. Good day, but don't knock him now that he's dead. That's bad.
Why not?
Personally, I thought he was great, Bob said. I will miss his Good Morning America, it's Friday. Maybe you should steal it, just like everything else you steal. Just kidding. No one else has been ripped off more than Uncle Neil, says Bob. Take care. Thanks, Bob. Yuck, yuck. Now, Paul Harvey, he was legendary. You got to give him his due. He was, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. But, not my cup of tea. Then again, I don't like anybody anyhow because I'm a miserable old bastard, so who's going to die lonely and miserable and a horrible death? Yeah. I'll be dying at my machine. Dow's up 106 points. Wouldn't that be something to die at my machine? The history of no call. What is that? Oh, no cal. I thought it was the history of no calls. This is from Wesley C. Remember Wesley C. in Lakeland who used to be good and then he got bad? Maybe now he's good again. I don't know. I doubt it. Because even he says all the stuff he sends is crap. Wes C. in Lakeland. Okay, Wes. I'm printing it out right now. I'm right on the edge of my seat. The Dow's up 106.88. Chopper crashes into the Atlantic down off the Newfoundland coast. I bet you they're heavy duty. They're on CNN with it right now, but I bet you on CBC they're really heavy duty with it.
His lawyers to say why he should not go to jail.
On,
He's
Bernie
facing
Madoff.
more than 150 years.
How do you like that?
If he is in fact found guilty of all of them and he's pled guilty. What's going to happen at this point seems very likely that there'll be a strong argument for him to go to jail because he's clear.
Kind of like the way Marty Adler calls a race at Windsor, fumfing.
You don't get out of jail, certainly even with parole, with a 150-year sentence.
And what about the victims, the individuals?
Hear what you just said? He ain't going to get out on parole. That's why they made the 150-year sentence. Isn't that what you said before?
Yes.
Very perspicacious on your part, Mr. George. That was very good.
That's how it works.
So anyway, that chopper is down off the coast of Newfoundland. I don't think I'm ever going to be going there, although I'm sure I've flown over that. You fly over Nova Scotia and all of that, all those, In fact, when you fly back and they take that route, when they go way up north, and then they come back down over northern Canada, and then you take that route, and especially in the wintertime, when you're flying back from Europe, oh my God, it's uninhabitable. It's just, at least it used to be all ice. Now it's probably just water. Not that there's any such thing as global warming, but it used to be all just ice, and you wonder who the hell could live there, and the obvious answer is nobody. Nobody knows. Wesley writes the history of no-cal. In 1904, Hyman Kirsch, a Russian immigrant who began selling soft drinks in Williamsburg section of Brooklyn, New York. Years later, when he became involved with the Jewish Sanitarium for Chronic Disease, now the Kingsbrook Jewish Medical Center, he and his Morris, his boyfriend, I don't know who that is, came up with a novel idea to create a special beverage treat for the hospital's cardiovascular patients and diabetes patients. Hyman and Morris developed a line of sugar-free soft drinks, which they called no-cal. And so in 1952, the first ever zero-calorie soda was born and produced at the company's plant in College Point, Queens, New York. A soft drink without sugar was a novelty at the time. No-cal became renowned for special flavors like chocolate, often mixed with a splash of milk by loyal users, black cherry, great with baked apples, ginger ale, and root beer. I bet you won't find out about that on the Jimmy Syphilitic Show.
You're listening to Neil Rogers.
Well, here we go again.
On South Florida's Sports Leader, 560 QAM.
72
This
certificates
is the Neil
left.
Rogers Show.
They're going.
This is your brain.
Yep.
Any questions?
They're two Miami
43.
cops with a hot new beat. They're on the streets fighting crime.
Hey, Pop.
24.
Space there.
Yeah.
In Hallandale Vice.
20.
We got a problem. The Gray Gang is up to their old tricks.
Lieutenant, isn't that the group of senior citizens who went around trying to get the early bird special after 7?
17.
Back in town.
Let's go get them.
They'll stop at nothing to clean up the streets.
Hey, lady, you can't cross here. You'll have to cross at the light.
And they're determined to clean up the smuggling business.
All right, sister, you're under arrest.
Oh, so now you're arresting my wife. What's the charge?
Possession of powder. Open that purse, Tubbs. Let's see that white stuff. Yeah, just a thought. She's got over 100 bags in here.
Of what?
Sweet and low. From that restaurant you just came out of. Let's take them in.
Yes, they're coming to hit Miami cops on a hot new beat in Hallandale Vice. Premiering this fall on MBZ.
16 certificates left for the field, and they'll be gone pretty soon. We sold 84 in like about a minute.
Yep.
And, of course, if we would have done it at noon, which is the ordinary regular time, and not caught everybody off balance, now there's only 12. They would have all been gone by now, but now there's a dozen left. They'll be gone. And once they're gone, they're just gone. Was your food there yet?
The food is here. They're setting up in the kitchen and
Excellente. All right. So that's perfect because that means you can eat and then fly. Eat and fly. That was up 92 points. Bernie Madoff pleads guilty. They're going to fry his ass. They ought to fry it. What they ought to do is chop it off and just fry his ass separate. Down to 3 certificates left for the field. How do you like that? And I bet next time I refresh it, they'll be gone. Now, the reason I played Hallandale Vice is yesterday I threatened to read this thing that somebody sent me. It's a story from 100 years ago. I don't remember whether this was from the Herald or the Scum Sentinel or where it was from. Does it make a difference? No. Hallandale. For weeks now, it's been Neil Rogers, one of South Florida's most popular and vitriolic radio talk show hosts, versus the old people of Hallandale. And I'm an old people, and I still can't stand that crowd. They're all dead. Rogers, 44, has referred to the senior citizens of that city as on the air as the living dead, the condo comatose, and real prunes. He's made fun of the early bird restaurant specials they patronize and mocked the way they cross the street. The old people of Hallandale, in response, have threatened to ask advertisers to stop patronizing his radio station. City manager R.J. Intandola, 36, said Rogers has the personality of all the 7 dwarfs wrapped into one. Whatever that means.
Yeah. Sold out.
Sold out. All right. I told you. 3 minutes or less. And even though we had threw everybody off with a goofy time. See, I told you 11 o'clock would be the way to do it. Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah. You helped me out today, man. George, Barnett.
And now, what did they bring you?
Oh, everything. I got some corned beef over here, some of the potato soup, which I insisted on. Cabbage, corned beef and cabbage. What's this? Like a sausage pastry? The sausage puff pastry. I live off of those things.
All right. Excellent. Well, enjoy it while I'm reading this. I'm going to. Living in the Past, all this old Hallandale. Back and forth it went until Saturday when Rogers, in a move akin to the Ayatollah Khomeini's going to a Jimmy Carter wiener roast, broadcast his radio talk show live from the Diplomat Mall in where else? Hallandale. 80-year-old Betty Elkins, small but powerful, elbowed her way through the throng. There were several hundred people milling about the talk show set. Some folks yelled at Rogers, "She's a live one. We've got a live one here." Mrs. Elkin was not deterred. Jabbing her finger at the balding, corpulent talk show host, she proceeded to launch into an invective as lacerating as anything Rogers has ever said. "I hope you never live to be a senior citizen," she sputtered. "And guess what? I'm living as a senior citizen now, and she's dead. You can be sure of that." She was 80 then. She's dead. Rogers looked taken aback. A female fan quickly jumped to his defense. "Why don't you turn him off if you don't like him?" she asked Mrs. Elkin. Mrs. Elkin replied, "If we don't listen to him, how do we know what he's saying against us? He's a barbarian. He's a barbarian." Hallandale is a city of 40,000 people, 60,000 during the winter season. There are many banks, many condominiums, good shopping, a racetrack, a relatively low crime rate. The average age is 63. Rogers, WINZ's Nasty Neil or Uncle Neil, consistently draws among the highest ratings on South Florida radio. This despite the fact that he's a self-avowed Jewish atheist homosexual who thrives on radio by picking at sore subjects. Reagan, organized religion, immigration have all felt his scathing monologues. The way Rogers tells it, he started talking about Hallandale's elderly only as a joke. He played a takeoff of Miami Vice. It's called Hallandale Vice. The cops were after old people carrying the white powder sweet and low. Very funny. What started as a joke quickly became serious. It was Neil Rogers versus the city of Hallandale, young versus old. Every day, callers would complain on Rogers' show about the elderly in Hallandale. They were careless, walking heedlessly in the middle of the street, waving their canes menacingly at motorists. They were cheap, cramming the restaurants for the early bird specials. They were rude. Rogers broadcast another song, this one to the tune of Jimmy Buffett's Wasting Away in Margaritaville, called Wasting Away in Hallandale. Played that yesterday, might play it again today. It's 4 minutes long. Don't you think?
Go ahead.
At Hallandale City Hall, complaints about Rogers flooded in. There was praise, too, mostly from shopkeepers and restaurateurs who thought Rogers was good for business. After all, Hallandale was being shown on TV and written up in national newspapers. But the prevailing sentiment was outrage. Rogers was anti-old, a sociopath, just plain mean. That's me. Just ask Johnny Dork and Greg Budale. They'll tell you, I'm mean. Hallandale politicians ordered the city manager, a member of a country western band, to compose a song defending the city. They started talking tough. Maybe as some of their constituents wanted, they would urge advertisers to boycott Rogers' show. Then the Diplomat Mall invited Rogers to appear, and Rogers, having created so much controversy, agreed to come on Saturday. He brought 2 cans of soda, medicated douche, symbolic of a term he uses to describe old people, and 2 security guards hired by the station to look after his safety. City officials had received warnings from people angry enough to clobber him. Not as angry as Stormy, but almost. He attracted a crowd that included young and old fans and detractors. The fans, all ages, were told to wear red shirts. The foes, many of them older, linked to the city, wore yellow. There was nearly a disturbance when city officials passed out yellow caps. There was nearly a disturbance when Mrs. Elkin confronted Rogers. No violence occurred, though. Rogers' mother, Mildred B. Helfer, 73, was there. She gave her son a big kiss. City manager Intandola was there, too. He defended the city on the air. Hallandale Vice Mayor Arthur J. Sonny Rosenberg referred to Rogers as a version of Senator Joe McCarthy, except he doesn't have any power. He just has a big mouth, Rosenberg said. He engaged the talk show host before the show. I'm 67. I'm in better shape than he is, Rosenberg yelled. I wonder if he's dead or alive. This is 22 years ago. He'd be 89 now. Rogers yelled back, terrific physically, but not mentally. Then Rosenberg commented on the crowd, they don't live in Hallandale. Then Rogers commented on the crowd, they don't want to live in Hallandale. Michael Goldowitz, 70, hearing it all, concluded that Rogers was a man to dislike. We are survivors of the concentration camps, he said. The way he conducts himself is like Hitler. But Abe Zama, 76, found Rogers charming. Half of them here are all morons, he said, because they don't know what they're doing. They don't like him because he's telling the truth. Amen. Amen to that. Seems like only yesterday. Now it seems like 100 years ago. All the old Yantas in Hallandale, they were so angry and so whipped up and so, yada, yada, yada. And like the one old cocker said, they didn't like it because it was the truth. It was the freaking truth. So we sold out with, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Good job, guys. Thank you. And the food, I'm sure, is sensational.
Oh, my God.
I think what we'll do is we'll do this break just a tad early, because we only got to 11, For those of you looking for a good reason to tune out, other than maybe you don't like the show, the other good reason is that we got the Canes pregame show at 11:30 this morning.
Neil God. All right. I'm dying over here.
Coming up cheesecake. It's making the knees shake. All of the old folks off at the mall. They're checking the CDs. No, they never say please. Just waiting for the early bird special to call. Wasting away again in good old Hallandale. Searching for the false teeth they left in a glass.
It's official. We sold out the field in 9 minutes. Count 'em, Robert. 9.
And Hallandale, they claim that there's a talk host to blame. Yes. But they know it's their own damn fault. Shoving in line to get the early bird on time. Oi! They're pushing just as hard as they can. And once they are seated, they get overheated and start stuffing rolls and sweet and low in their bag. Wasting away again in good old Hallandale. Looking for that long lost popular view. And Hallandale, they say that it's a bowl of prunes a day. But for some, an enema in the blues.
Absolutely.
The old folks don't know the reason why nothing is pleasing. Their muscles ache and their teeth just don't fit. But What does it matter when they call up Neil and chatter?
You fairy.
I hate you, Neil, and never listen to your show. They're wasting away again in good old Hallandale. Just a box of Metamucil and a radio. In Hallandale they claim that it's a dark horse to blame, but Neil knows they can't wait for his show. In Hallandale they claim that it's a dark horse to blame.
Oh!
But Neil knows they just can't wait for his show.
And Enema and the Blues. Oh, my God. What a great combination. That's like, what's that expression you use? Quiet desperation?
Oh, living a life of quiet desperation.
That's us here at QAM. We're living a life of quiet desperation. 11:16 at QM. We got 14 minutes away from that basketball game, that pregame show, UM and somebody, Virginia Tech.
Oh!
That ought to really be great. Pregame show at 11:30.
Oh, yes!
No, yeah. And then if the Canes win, then we repeat tomorrow, instant replay. I'll get out of here 11:30 again.
Go Canes.
Can you imagine how much extra I can lose these 2 days?
Yeah.
And it's all the way up to a toasty -6 today. Boy, I tell you, where the hell is spring already here? One thing about the weather up north, it sucks. I'm not going to lie to you about that. I'm not going to say, oh, well, you know, it sucks. It's too cold, windy, nasty, brutal.
We have weather and traffic on our screen all the time.
Well, that's good. Here's the way the poll's shaping up right now. When I was a child, the first adult I had a crush on was a teacher, 155. That's winning hands down your pants.
Yeah.
And these days, a lot of teachers putting hands down a lot of pants.
Boy.
TV or what?
How come it didn't happen to me?
No. TV or film star, 94. Like Wes Morgan and Luke Halpin, those people, and Sabu the Indian boy. How can I remember that? I don't even know if there was really such a person. What?
Of course.
He used to ride around naked on that elephant.
Yep. Drank himself to death.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
What was he drinking? That that cow pee?
Probably. With booze.
Sabu the Indian boy was mixing cow pee with vodka and met a wicked end. I hear he had a wicked end. I never had a childhood crush on an adult, 54. Well, that's unfortunate. Neighbor, 46. Babysitter, 32. Friend's parent, 23. Family member, 15. Playboy model, 12. Clergy member, 5. A member of the clergy. Hey, father. Coach, 3. Parents' friend, 1. Athlete, 1. Only 1? Are you kidding me? I had the hots for Mickey Mantle, I'll tell you that.
I'll bet.
Hey, Mick. He's dead now.
Yay.
Drunk and dead. You got an extra liver for the Mick? School bus driver, 1, and president or doctor or nurse, none. I see. Police sees 1,200 pounds of pot in spinach cans. See, George, if you I know you don't like those, you don't like your broccoli and cauliflower. Probably don't like spinach either.
Correct. Raw, yes. Cooked, no.
You like it raw?
Yeah.
What about the spinach?
That too.
Police with the New Mexico Motor Transportation Division found 1,200 pounds of pot packed in cans labeled as spinach during a stop at the Gallup port of entry. An inspector noticed that only a few of the cans were labeled and that the weight printed on the side of the can didn't match the actual weight. A closer look during last Friday's bust revealed the canned drugs, which were worth an estimated $1.5 million. The 4 pallets of cans are being transported along with fresh produce. The 50-year-old truck driver said he was on his way from California to the East Coast. The driver and the pot were turned over to the DEA. Oh, Antonio. Tony and West Kendall said, this came in yesterday afternoon, I don't want to leave any stones unturned, if you catch my drift.
Are you drifting?
He says, I see that Rooster Choo Choo is continuing to hassle George. Well, let me at least offset his latest attack. George does a very good job as a co-host and as a host. Your show to me is very entertaining, and more important, it's free. That's right. The price is right. If you don't like it, your mama. I suggested Choo Choo, if you don't like the program, switch. You can always listen to the hysteria of Glenn Beck and his hyperbole of what the future's going to bring. Neil and George, keep up the great job both of you are doing, because you're smoking everyone else. You're smoking. Saludos to George and you, Tony West Kendall. You're smoking, I'm not. You know, it really breaks my heart that I can't smoke an ice, even a bad stogie once in a while. I can't do it.
Okay, good.
Well, no, I had those 2 mini strokes, those 2 TIAs, and both times after I was smoking them little cigars, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's just not good. Cigars and me are just not cut out for each other. If you catch my drift. Catch it?
Yeah, I caught it.
I just don't think I can do it. I mean, ice cream, I survive eating all that crap. You know, I don't know how the hell I do it. Avi says, love the show. You are great, and so is George. Canada Dry makes a diet cranberry ginger ale. It's great, by the way. I've had it. It's great. You're right. It tastes like ginger ale with a bit of cranberry juice. They sell it in grocery stores here in Miami. I assume you can find Canada Dry in Canada. Oh, no. Wouldn't that be bad if you couldn't find Canada Dry in Canada? The Real Rocky says, WTF, question mark, Canes basketball right in the middle of Neil's show. You got it, Rocky. Coming up very soon.
You're
Shortly.
listening to Neil Rogers.
Well, here we go
Not
again.
soon enough,
South
but
Florida
soon.
Sports later. 560 QAM.
Neil Young.
Wow. What the hell was that?
Well, that's me, man. Rectum.
Eleven 27 at QM, so we got that pregame show coming up. Now, is this the Beast? Joe Zagakakakakaki? Is it the Clarence?
I don't know.
Oh, we don't know. So you'll have to stay tuned. Stay on the edge of your seats to find out. Now, did you ever figure out what the hell that was that we just that came up on there? Was that like a...
Well, obviously, you know, this thing is automatically programmed.
I see.
And I don't know why that came up next, and I don't know why it played. But it did.
Well, this too shall pass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not... See, look at that. I told you, that thing keeps reprogramming itself.
It really
just like
wants to be heard.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We don't want to hear it. Canes basketball coming up next, and if they win, we do the same thing again tomorrow. Go Canes, baby. All right. Go Canes.